this lineup is dangerous for a multitude of reasons. But because Dusty has confidence to bat this young man second, Jeremy Peña, and I know you wanted to focus on him.
He's a guy that coming into the year, he had so much responsibility. There was a lot of pressure on him. When you're filling the shoes of some great players and having to step in as a young guy, sometimes you put so much pressure on yourself, kind of like Didi Gregorius when he had to replace Jeter.
Yeah.
But look how big Correa's feet are right there. I mean, those are huge shoes to fill. What Correa was for this Astros team, defensively and offensively, it's just so hard to replicate it. You can't duplicate it. You can't step in. You can't be Correa. He had so many major moments for the city of Houston that as a young player, if you're coming in and trying to live up to that, you can't do it. Brantley, he's another guy. He has been that staple in the lineup to where, yes, you have your Bregmans, you have your Jordans, but Brantley is that consistent guy that could hit in the two-hole for the Astros, that you know he can get on base, he can get the big hit for you, Dusty can put the trust in him, but Peña has to fill those shoes as well, and going off of his 2 games right here, Game 1, Sewald, he got the first pitch off the plate for a strike. He's been able to lock in and understand how important his at-bats are. These are all gonna be with 2 outs, DeRo. He is keeping the inning going, extending the game.
And he's got the monster behind him.
Boom! We know what happens after that. If Peña doesn't get on base, these special moments, they simply don't happen.
Yeah.
In Game 2, same thing. You have yourself bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, and Castillo was absolutely disgusting. I mean, this is 98 miles an hour, riding in on your hands. You're just trying to lock in. You're almost in a 2-strike approach when you're in an 0-0 count. You know how it is when the guy's that nasty. This 98 in off the hands. It's a blooper, yes, but sometimes he still pulls his hands in and is able to get on base, sets up Alvarez again. Another big 2-run homer. That's the nail in the coffin for this home series right here. Then right here in the 8th, 2 outs.
Yeah.
Once again, he understands the importance of these at-bats. He's not letting the moment get too big, locking in, battling against Munoz. I mean, when you see the line, you see Castillo and Munoz, those are the guys that you're facing back-to-back. You got your hands full. But he's able to lock in, foul off 100 to work the walk, which in turn sets up, we're not going to let Alvarez beat us again. Let's go ahead and walk him.
Now
Keep the line moving. Let Bregman do it.
He changes it. He changes the lineup for them. He really does. He allows Bregman to cover him. He gives Tucker that left, right, left. That's tough to deal with.
So when we remember these moments, that Peña was
good-looking kid.
Yeah, I mean, that's Carlos Gomez running around
Wow.
second to home right there.
He's
when you
jacked, too.
Yeah, you think of these guys right here, Peña has been able to step in under a lot of pressure to give Dusty Baker a consistent bat that you can put in a 2-hole that know that he can step in for you. And right here, when you put Peña and Carlos, you can't replace Carlos, period. But where he can pick you up, defensively,
Wow.
Peña is solid, bro. It's extremely surprising what he's been able to bring.
Bags, throw in 11 bags.
The Astros, they do such a good job of, if you lose one piece, you find a way to replace that piece and continue to keep that train moving. And Peña's done that for him.
Hey, I did 30-30 for the network. I went down to West Palm before the season got rolling in spring. And I asked Dusty flat out, I said, give me something on this Peña kid. And he, without hesitation, was like, DeRo, this kid is an athlete. The moment's not going to be too big for him. I'm like, is that lip service? He goes, they fully expected Correa to walk back in that door. They really did. All the players, they felt like secretly, we'll figure this out. Jim Crane will figure this out. But Dusty felt like this guy could handle the moment. And it has been a slow burn all the way. He looks awesome, handles himself.
Without that injury, he's right there with DeRo. He had a solid season.
All right, so one of the Jeremy Peña at-bats is that blooper before Jordan goes deep. And we've kind of seen this play. You can run it back. We've kind of seen this play a couple times now in the postseason. We saw it in Toronto, where Bo Bichette and George Springer almost killed each other. Then we also saw Dansby Swanson go back and have the ability to know where his outfielders were. They were playing a little bit deeper. So run that play again for me, please. And kind of tell me, because I'll give you a feel for the second base spot. So just pause that whenever you want. You get a good shot on Julio or however you want. Right there.
Yeah, right here.
So as soon as I leave the dirt, I played middle infield my entire career. Soon as I leave the dirt, I am going hot as I can until I hear anything.
Right. You're not worried about me.
These are the classic fundamental rules.
For me,
center fielder, outfielder has priority over anything on that grass if they feel they got it.
And plays like this are scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the injury with Springer and Bichette colliding with each other. And when a ball is like this, especially in a playoff atmosphere, the stands are going crazy. It's so loud.
Yeah.
All the stuff you do in spring training where, oh, I got it. Nobody's hearing that.
Yeah.
You're screaming at the top of your lungs, DeRo. You're not hearing me. So how I always combated this is that these kind of collisions, these type of situations, I believe they're avoidable. Honestly, guys that played enough innings have know what balls they can get to where I'm talking to you. If you're at second base or you're at shortstop, I'm talking to you before this ball is even hit. I'm letting you know exactly where I'm playing in center field. Depending on who's hitting, that's going to determine if Jordan's hitting, you know I'm playing extremely deep. I'm deep. I'm 15 feet in front of the track, but I'm letting you know that early. DeRo, any blooper, that's you. Don't even worry about me because now you know you can go all out for that ball. If somebody else is hitting and I'm standard or even a little way in, DeRo, I got all the bloopers. Stay out of my way, dude. I'm coming in head first. And J-Rock can make that play. He's a guy, he's athletic enough to be able to come in, make that diving catch. But when you have two guys that are both in between, what ends up happening is the ball ends up dropping on a hit that I think both of them actually could have caught.
I almost think Frazier, if you run that back, I almost think he calls it. So watch his arm go up, run this. And he sees, right there, he sees that J-Rod's not going to get there. In his mind, I don't know if he throws his arm up. But J-Rod, if he sells out at all, he catches that baseball. But he's scared he's going to collide with Adam Frazier.
But I think Frazier did call that. I think you're exactly right. And that's where J-Rod will learn from it as well, to where you have to learn when you're running, even if you're running full speed. I played outfield with Eric Burns. Yeah, first of all, you got to remember that. So I had to learn, and when he was running, he was going crazy. He didn't see anything. He didn't hear anything. All he saw was that ball.
I gotta catch the ball.
So I had to learn, even running full speed, I could run full speed, and I can look in his eyes as I'm running, and I can tell from his eyes if he's about to go after this ball or not. And I think J-Rod will learn that in this play. That move right there where his hand is up and he's somewhat calling
you don't just do that. He's saying
J-Rod will be running full speed, knowing where the ball is, but still being able to communicate in his own way with Frazier to know, Frazier thinks he has this ball, I'm going to get out the way, let him make this play.
It's funny because Bo Bichette, in one instance, the Bo Bichette play, that is Bo's ball because the way Springer just attacked it and dove, there was no way for him to get there. Run that real quick. So check this out. This was in the wild card round, right?
Right.
So run that back because Springer there's no chance he's getting to this ball, and he almost just sells out. But watch him sell out. He don't sell out to catch it. He's like, I'm protecting my life right here.
Oh my gosh.
And you run into a situation where this is unfortunate. This is a big situation.
It was loud.
Bases were loaded right here. It was a big situation, so they're both going all out, which you admire from both of those guys, but this is avoided if you do the two things that we just talked about. If you communicate early, Springer was probably playing a little deeper.
Yeah.
Communicate early, Bichette knows for sure this is his ball. And as they're running, Springer's able to, because Bichette, you're looking at the ball. You don't have time to be doing all this. You're going full speed. The outfielder has the control to see. Bichette has this timed up. And I think I need to just get out the way and let him do his thing and don't say anything.
It's funny that play has happened multitude of times in the postseason,
I mean, just so little room for error in these games.